welcome back to Time to Go. Bob here. Hope everybody is having an awesome day out there today. So today, guys, I just want to do a little talk on the brand Citizen, as well as take a look at a few examples from Citizen. I've had the Citizen Promaster diver in the collection for a few months now, so we're going to focus primarily on this model, maybe do a bit of a mini review on the Promaster. A good friend of mine, Chris, actually loaned in 3 other Citizens that we're going to just sort of take a quick look at as well. And just such a great brand that I want to share with you guys some of my thoughts on the brand Citizen. So Chris, by the way, is on Instagram. If any of you guys are on Instagram, he is at the Chris Existence. He's a great photographer, especially when it comes to watches. So make sure you go check him out. Let's spin the camera around. We'll take a look at the Citizens. Alright guys, so again, I've only had these 3 up front here for a few days. This one in the back, the Promaster Diver's been in the collection for quite a while now. So for today, I'm going to mostly focus on this particular watch. Towards the end of the video, we will take a look at these 3 as well, though. Now, I had this Promaster actually thrown in as part of a trade last spring, I believe, and I have to say I was really impressed by the quality. I've had a few Citizens on the channel, and I really shouldn't have been that surprised considering the build quality of those ones. Now, I don't have the original packaging or even the original strap to show you guys for this one. From what I understand, though, the strap is one of the negatives with this watch. As far as the size goes, this one comes in at a case width of 43 millimeters, a little over 49 millimeters lug to lug. It is about 11.5 millimeters thick with a lug opening of 20 millimeters. This is a 200 meter ISO certified diver, and they're using an anti-reflective mineral crystal. Now, the watch houses Citizen's EcoDrive E168 movement. On a full charge, these can run for several months, even in complete darkness. I've talked about EcoDrive technology in previous videos, so I'm not going to get into that today, but I will say that I've never had any issues with the movement in the ones that I've owned. The dial is a nice, clean black dial. The hour markers are framed in stainless steel. I just love their look, especially at the 3, 6, 9, and 12. I like their placement of the date window also at 4. Very legible watch, especially with that orange minute hand. So this is a diver, guys. When we check out divers, everybody wants to see the lume, myself included. So let's hit the lights here. So one thing I really like about the lume Citizen uses is the color. It's just such a beautiful icy blue. The pip on the bezel here is green, but that blue just looks so cool to me. It's not quite as bright as, say, some of the Seiko divers we've had on the channel, but it's not far off either and does stay visible through the night. The bezel has a great looking design. You wouldn't think it would be that functional with those smooth spots between the grips, but I've never had any problems using it. The bezel has a black aluminum insert. It is a 60 click bezel, has a really nice and precise feel, no back play issues at all, and if we can get it back to the 12 o'clock, the alignment is spot on. The case has some very fine brushwork, really quite well done. The crown you'll see here, if we flip the watch over, is signed and protected with crown guards. No issues at all with gripping the crown. It actually threads out and back in very smoothly. If we look at the case back, you'll see we have the EcoDrive logo etched along with some other information on the watch. Overall, a really well constructed and finished case considering the price. So let's pop it on wrist here. And here it is, and this is just a beautiful watch on wrist. Between the fit and finish, the operation of the moving parts, and when I say that, I mean the bezel and crown, and just how solid they feel to use. This and every Citizen I've owned to date have been just really great watches. To me, I think Citizen is one of the best entry-level watches out there. Seiko, obviously another great one, but to me, at least in my area, Citizen is much more available to try on in shops. I think it's been a gateway for many non-watch enthusiasts to get into the watch world because of that. Even if you're already an enthusiast, they make a great addition to any collection. The other thing that I really love about Citizen is there's just a massive amount of variety, from very simple divers like this to very complex watches like the Blue Angels Navihawk here. Probably the busiest dial I think I've ever held in hand. It's an awesome watch, but it can get a little overwhelming at first. I have been reading the instruction manual. It's actually not as bad to use as you'd think. I'm going to try to give you guys a wrist shot here. Chris is a pretty big dude. Believe it or not, he actually has, I believe he said 10-inch wrists. So I didn't size the watch, so I'll just kind of hold it in place here. The one thing I'll say about this one is it's super heavy and it's a little bigger than I thought. Still an awesome watch. I love that blue and yellow combination. Next up is a bit of an older model of the Aqualand. Another one with some really cool features. This one has a depth gauge. You can see the sensor here on the side. Really unique case design. I just love those bright orange hands for increased visibility underwater. I've only just started to learn the operations of this one, but if I've read correctly, there's even a red LED that lights up if you're descending or ascending too fast. The last one is a very well-worn Navihawk. It's pretty beat up. The crystal is quite gouged up here. Chris actually picked this up in this condition, and I believe is going to be doing a crystal swap here soon. Not in the best shape, but another really great watch from Citizen. They just have so much to offer. All really well-built watches. Even on one of my last ones I had on the channel, the inner part of the clasp had some perlage, and just a little bit of extra attention to detail goes a long way to me. So that's it, guys. I know myself and a lot of other guys out there always talk about Seiko and how great they are. And they are, but I just wanted to shine the light on Citizen, and to me they're every bit as good of an option for an affordable watch as any other brand out there. So big thanks to Chris from the Chris Existence for lending these into the channel. Make sure to give him some love on Instagram. Link to his feed will be in the description below. Really appreciate you stopping by the channel, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.